You ready for this?
Ready?
Hi, everybody out there in the world. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to give you an education on bod pods. I'm going to just step back. This is called a bod pod. This is standard procedure for when I have a client that comes to work with me. I make them do a bod pod, and here is why. Because it's very important for me to understand what their body composition is. And what this bod pod does is it gives me a printout of what the body composition is. So what it does is it tells me how much fat a person has on their body, and it also tells me how much lean they have on their body, which I'll explain later why that's so important to know. But Stacy, come here, girl. So Stacy is going to volunteer to get in the bod pod. So we want to actually give you a live demo of how we do this. And then I'll go into why the importance of it and why I make it mandatory for all my clients. My name is Terry Dale, and I am the owner of BeFit Challenge Studio here in Eagan, Minnesota. And like I said before, I make all of my clients do this, whether they're local or whether they're my online clients, because it's very important to understand what their body composition is doing. So to start the bod pod procedure, we have to have Stacy has not eaten or drank anything for 2 hours before the bod pod. And then also she has to wear this really attractive, sexy, want to grab it? Bod pod swim cap. Okay, so this is the cap she's got to wear. So how it's hot. She's such a sport for doing this. It's not, but although she's done bod pods many times. In fact, Stacy has been one of my winners in my challenges. It was third place, right? Fourth place in the challenge. How much weight have you lost total?
125 pounds.
She's lost 125 pounds. Isn't that amazing? I'm not going to show you her before picture, but look how hot she is. I know this is backwards for you. But anyway, giving Stacy a little plug here. So anyway, to do a bod pod, so the bod pod uses air displacement technology. If you guys are familiar with the water dunk tanks, maybe you're not, but I used to actually work and help do water dunk tank tests. And I actually had my clients, that's how I started, is I had them do water dunk tank tests. And that uses water immersion, and it's a really high formulated way to do it. The industry standard used to be the dunk tank. The problem with the dunk tank, though, you guys, was that it was a very hard test to do. And for me as a business owner, and for me, I wanted to make this experience as best I could for my clients, because going underwater in the middle of the winter in a truck with a tank, and it was just really difficult to do. You had to inhale and blow out, go underneath the water, and exhale all of your air underneath the water, and it was hard, and it felt like you were going to drown. And a lot of times, women and certain men, they just didn't. It's a very uncomfortable test. So anyway, when the bod pod was invented, I right away snapped it up, because the correlation between the two, even though they use different technology to measure your composition, both of them are industry standard, and they are both the same. The ratio of error is maybe 0.5%. When I actually bought this a few years ago, I did a dunk tank, measured my body fat. A couple hours later, went in here and measured my body fat, and they were almost identical. There was just a variation of a little bit, which is why I bought this. So now you will see, as I demo this, you're going to see how easy this test is, and it uses air displacement, so you can't feel anything, right? You don't feel anything, right?
No.
It's easy, it's comfortable, and it's so quick, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter some information. I'll have Stacy, you can stare at pretty Stacy while I'm entering some information into my palette here.
Welcome to the bod pod.
Oh, I got to open this, right?
Open the door.
Yes, hold on, I got to calibrate so you can kind of see the inside, kind
Close
of.
the door to begin calibration.
Kind of, right? All right. Go ahead and stand back here, Stacy, so they can see your pretty little, your hat.
Touch the bod pod during calibration or testing cycle.
All right, so I'm entering, give me your height, 5'7", and your age,
44.
Okay. So we have to enter age and height and all that fun stuff. Okay. So if you really want to know how the bod pod works, like if you're any of you techies out there, like your guru scientific people, go ahead and step on the scale. go to the website and ask or figure it out, because I can't explain to you. That's way over my head how it works. All I know is it works, and it's easy, and it's a very invaluable piece of equipment. So now Stacy's weighing, okay?
Please wait while the
All right, so now you get to see her go inside of the bod pod. Are you guys ready for this? Don't freak out. Those of you who have claustrophobia, don't worry. This totally is not claustrophobic. Right, Stacy?
That is correct.
I have a lot of clients who have claustrophobia, and they go in here, and it's okay because there's a window, and you can get out. It's not like you're going to be trapped in there, okay? All right, so as we're waiting for it to calibrate, I'm going to open the door. Here we go. So Stacy gets in.
Close the door to begin test. Make sure your fingers
All right.
and toes are inside the pod since closing the door.
Okay, so now we wait. So what happens is she sits in there. She tries not to move, or she can breathe normal, but you don't want to move in there because it uses air displacement. And so if you wiggle and move and cough and sneeze or whatever, it affects the test. So we do 3 of these, and they're about 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds long. We do 3 of them, and then the bod pod averages the 3 together, and then we get a printout at the end. So the reason why it's so important to do a bod pod, you guys, I understand people get freaked out because they're like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what I weigh. I don't want to know. But you know what? If you're truly wanting to change, and if you're truly wanting somebody to help you really understand how to lose body fat and not muscle, right? Hold on. Test 1 is done. Ready? How you doing?
Good.
All right, 1 down, 2 to go. If you truly want to understand what's going on with your metabolism in your body, you're not supposed to be waving. Supposed to be sitting quiet. Then it's so important to have somebody that can interpret the results for you and help you figure out how to lose the body fat and increase the lean. This is why, here's the deal. This is why when clients come and work with me, I make them take an oath when they do my program that they are not allowed to weigh themselves, ever. They can't. They're not allowed. They have to throw out the scale, because what I'm trying to teach them is to understand how to value and how to recognize how their body's changing via inches, right? Because I'm going to tell you something. Just yesterday, I had a client that came into the bod pod. She's down 5% in a month, 9 pounds of fat and up 4 of lean, right? Hold on. Down to you, okay? And she particularly was a scale watcher, all right? So if she would have gone on the scale that month, the scale would have reflected only a 4-pound difference. She lost 9 pounds of body fat. So I know you women, I know what you guys do. What you do is you get on the scale every morning and you weigh yourself and you think, oh my gosh, I'm down 4 pounds, woohoo, right? That's great. So you do awesome all day long because you're down 4 pounds on the scale. So let's say you are excited, you eat really good, you maybe exercise, your mental, your thoughts process is fantastic. Then what you do, the next day, you get on the scale, you're up 5. What do? Right? You're like freaking out, you're mad, you're ticked. Come on out, just stand here. You're ticked, you're angry, you're like, this doesn't work, I'm not going to go work out now, this sucks, blah, 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 blah. First of all, let me just tell you this right now. If I have to say this one more time to you guys, I will. You cannot lose 4 pounds of fat in one day, nor can you gain 5 pounds in one day. So when you are getting weight fluctuations like that, which people, especially women, always their weight fluctuates, and you get on the scale and you weigh yourself and you do that every day, you're totally creating mental chaos in your brain. You're creating mental chaos, which is affecting your self-talk, which is affecting your actions, which is affecting everything that you do moving forward. So that's why I make, right, Stacy? I make my clients, right, Stacy?
Yes.
Take an oath not to weigh themselves.
That is correct.
Because what happens is just like with my client yesterday. She comes in here thinking, oh, I don't feel like it or any difference. And then she does the bod pod and she's like, wow. Now look at that feeling. If she'd been weighing herself every day, she would have had major emotional breakdowns. I know women. Trust me, I know women. That's why I implement that policy when I do it. So how was that test? Good?
Good.
Okay. So now that she's done, what I do is there's a thing here. There's a panel here, and I print out a report, and then it tells me kind of what her body fat is. So now what I want to do with you guys, I want to give you a little bit of an education on body fat percent. And Stacey, if you wouldn't mind helping me with this, I'm going to go over to my chart. So I'm going to go over to my chart. Okay, we're going to come over here. This chart's going to be backwards, which is kind of a bummer with Facebook Live, but I'll do my best. So this is a chart. This is the body fat chart, okay? My goal for every single client that comes to see me is to get them in a healthy body fat percent range. That's my goal, healthy body fat percent range. I don't care what the scale says. I don't care what they think they feel. I don't care about all that. I want to get them to a healthy body fat percent. And during the process is to educate them on why their body hasn't been losing weight in the past, or why they've been feeling frumpy, or why they don't feel very good about themselves or their self-esteem. So what we do is if somebody starts with 40% body fat, I want to get them down to 29 or lower. The industry standard for body fat loss is 29% or lower, because here's why. Now, 29% to you guys might seem like, oh, that's a lot, but it's not, because here's why. 29% is the industry standard for health. There's been proven studies shown that if your body fat percent is above 29, your chances of disease like diabetes, insulin resistance, heart disease, all of those diseases are higher when your body fat's higher, okay? So my goal is to get at least you down to 29% body fat. That's the bare minimum. Once you get to 29, and I'm satisfied, and you're satisfied too because you've lost inches and all this, then you can decide if you want to go lower. Number is just a number. But you can decide if you want to shoot for a goal of maybe it's 26, maybe it's 22, maybe it's 18, whatever. We work through that. But the main goal at first is just to learn how your metabolism works, how your body works, and how to lose the fat without being in despair every day and fighting the scale and fighting the food urges and fighting all of that. It's a fight. We got to teach you how to do that. So that is my reason why I do the bod pod. One more thing. Can you guys guess what this is? Can you guess what this is? Okay. Fat and muscle. Do you want to move that back just a little? Could you do that for me? Thank you, my assistant, Stacy. So this is fat, this is muscle. Look at how much more space the fat takes up, right? Some people say I could just put it right there. So fat takes up way more space in your body. So this is why we want to increase the lean. We want to increase the muscle. When we increase the muscle, it makes your metabolism, your metabolic function so much stronger, and you burn like a fat burning machine when this is increased. When this is increased, then the fat can go into the muscle to burn at a quicker rate. Okay? This is why all of you out there, cardio queens, that all you do is cardio, and then you try to out cardio a bad nutrition diet. Sorry, ladies and men, you're gonna be disappointed every time. You have to resistance train, either with body weight resistance, with TRXs, with dumbbells, whatever it is, you've got to add some component of resistance to your training. Otherwise, this fat is going to be really hard to get off, okay? So Stacy lost this. So this is 5 pounds right here, right? So Stacy lost 50. No.
125.
No, but this is 5 pounds. What's 5 divided by 125? 50? Oh my gosh, don't even go there right now with me. I can't even do my math. Ashley, what's 5 divided by 125? 20. So she lost 20 of these off of her body. That is crazy good, girl. I'm so proud of you. So my point is this, everybody, is that if you are struggling and you are just at your wit's end and you're like, what in the world? How can I get to a point? You know what? Here's the deal. Wouldn't you love to get to the point where you're like, I don't have to worry about my weight anymore. You're not always on a diet every single day, 24/7. You don't have to think about dieting. You have to think about food. You don't have to think about whether or not you're going to fit into your size 6, 8, 10 jeans. Wouldn't it be nice to have that peace that you can just eat how your body needs to eat, not have the cravings, not have the symptoms, not feel frumpy? Wouldn't that be awesome? I can teach you how to do that. I can teach you. It's really, really hard to do it on your own these days, and here's why. Because there's so much information out on the internet that is false information about how to lose body fat. If you go to the internet, if you Google fat loss, if you Google, that's all you're going to get is diet plans and conflicting information. The problem with that is you are unique. You are unique with your body composition. Not everybody's like Stacy. Not everybody has my metabolism. I can't eat the way Stacy does. Stacy can't eat the way I do. So what we have to do is we have to find out, we have to create, we have to understand what your body needs, not only from a physical standpoint, but also mentally, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking mostly to ladies because I'm a lady and I get where this is. But we have to figure that out. If you don't figure that out, you're going to struggle. And sometimes an outside person looking in to help you is just, it's way easier to implement the plan. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about how it would feel if you just had the peace knowing that you don't have to worry about always being on a diet. You can have vibrant energy. You can feel amazing. I recently wrote a book called I Refuse Chemo. And for those of you who know or do not know that, I can honestly say that I feel better now, and I'm able to control every area of my life so much better after going through that. So I understand the pain of obesity. I understand the pain of people who are sick and have chronic disease. I get it. I'm more empathetic now than ever. So my point is that I'm going to have Ashley type in 3 websites. You guys go and research and do your due diligence. Know that I am here to help you. If you want to be helped, you can go to terrydale.com, BeFitChallenge.com if you want some kick butt workouts. And if you want to schedule a call with me, a discovery session, just to talk, just to figure out like if it's a fit that, you know, that I could even possibly help you, then you can go to callwithterry.com to schedule a free one-on-one consultation with me. So, in the meantime, embed these pictures into your mind, right? Embed these pictures in your mind because we want to get rid of this and we want to put this on because this is key to creating lean bodies and healthy bodies, okay? So, Stacy, thank you for your help.
Thank you.
We are done. That was your Bod Pod lesson for the day. So I hope this was informative. And you can go to BeFitChallenge.com or email me. Go to terrydale.com, or terry@terrydale.com. You can email me. Email me at, if actually you can put this in there, terry@terrydale.com if you want to schedule a Bod Pod. Then you're more than willing to do that too. We do that here. We have it a la carte, so you can actually do that. So, again, thank you for being my, oh, sorry. Pulled your hair. I just pulled her hair. I'm so sorry. I was just going to let them look at your pretty, that's there. Thank you so much for being my awesome sample role model today.
You're welcome.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye. Sorry, I totally pulled